Welcome to Divine Hand for another soulful, insightful, spiritual message. Take what resonate, leave what doesn't. Collective. I'll pre-pull some cards for our convenience. With that being said, let's get started. So, the oracle card I pulled for this read was Sensual. Pleasure is sacred. Okay, so this is just a deep message about reclaiming the body, your body. Okay, embracing pleasure and honoring the senses as a divine pathway to like presence, connections, or just self-love. It just reminds you that pleasure isn't merely physical, it's spiritual. Okay, it is about being fully alive in your body. Okay, um savoring life's moment by moment, and then this is also just allowing joy to flow without shame, guilt, or repression. Okay, so this is about sacred sexuality, embodying joy instead of just thinking about it, right? Permission to receive and experience pleasure. Um, this is releasing the shame, the fear, or conditioning around sensual expression, the union of the body, the mind, and the soul. Okay, it's very sensual. Okay, um, living through your senses, your taste, your touch, your sound, your scent, your sight. Okay, so spirit is saying just slow down and feel things. Okay, and we don't have to be just necessarily talking about sex. We're just talking about just the sensual things in life, and enjoying those pleasures. That as it comes. Okay, just letting the pleasure, you know, be the prayer, right? Let the touch connect. Okay, the beauty and the light guides you back into your truth. Okay, so pleasure is just not selfish, it's nourishing, right? It's like healing, it's awakening. Okay, so when you honor your senses, you create space for divine to move through you. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. Okay, so let's move on to the oracle cards, the second set of oracle cards that I pulled. And it's soulmate, beauty, nourish, and hopeless. Okay. So the soulmate card is, just a powerful spiritual, connection. Okay. And what I pulled with that is the judgment card. Okay, and so this is like an awakening, a recognition. Okay, a truth. Okay, that's being guided by your intuition, your inner knowing, or divine timing. Right. This isn't just like a surface level bond. This feels like karmic or spiritual or destined, or just some type of part of some type of soul contract is what I'm getting, right, with this judgment card. So the soulmate card, as I was saying, it's just like it could be like past life, or deep spiritual family, or something like that, right? Some type of soul connection, right? Some type of divine partner, or mutual, you know um a mutual awakening, right? Between two people, or one person ignites the other in some type of way. Okay, and so there was a judgment call on this soulmate connection. Okay, and because you used your inner knowing, we got the high priestess in the upright, right? So because you use your inner knowing, right, this might be like a karmic completion as well, right? Because of the judgment card being here with the high priestess under that soulmate card. All right, so there was a judgment, and you completed this soulmate contract with this person. You learned all you needed to learn from this, and this is why the completion happened. Okay, it ended, yeah, we got the Three of Pentacles with that. And so this could have been some type of relationship, a marriage, okay? Um, someone else could have been working to get, working together behind the scenes. You know, and your intuition told you that this person could have been married already, right? It was a connection. It was a soulmate connection, but this person was probably already married, all right? And so there was because there was an imbalance. If this person was married already, it brought an imbalance in your relationship, and because of that is why that Judgment card came in, okay? And you use your intuition. Your intuition guided you to that judgment. Let's move on to the next card. Now this is like beauty, okay? So this is like the charming, you're charming, the beauty within is what I'm getting when I see that card. You transform something, right? You balance out your self-worth, okay? Um, and you broke free of something, right? You broke free of some type of attachment, a temptation, or you know just something physical, right? You broke free of it, right? Old attachments, right? And the card we pulled with that was the Two of Pentacles, and that was that juggling, right? um you had to juggle some responsibilities. You had to juggle, you had to bring some things in balance with. That's what I'm getting with that Two of Pentacles, right? Once you detached from devil, we got the devil card up, right? Devil, desires, temptations, passions, obsession, or whatever, right? Someone, side note, someone could be obsessed about you, collective. Yeah, someone could be obsessed about you. um it could be a Capricorn, because the Two of Pentacles is Capricorn, and the the devil card is Capricorn. So they can be like very obsessed about your beauty right now, collective. Yeah, we got the Seven of Cups with that. So this person was being deceptive, okay, regarding, and they also was being self-deceptive. We got Scorpio here, about how beautiful you was. And so, you know, um, like I said, they were working together with someone, okay, or they were already in another relationship, trying to juggle you, okay, for maybe sensuals, some pleasures that you gave them, right? And sex can be like, a sacred exchange, okay? So maybe this person was trying to swap with you in some type of way, but they, it didn't work or whatever, right? They were being self-deceptive on how, you were covered, is what I'm getting with that seven of, because you used your discernment with that Seven of Cups, okay? And so you decided to nurture yourself, right? You had some self-growing to do. You did some transformation, and you grew, right? You started focusing on yourself. You did some soul searching, and we have the Hermit card with that. And so you went within, right? You went within, and you got the answers that you needed. You got the answers that you needed. um this is because you nourished your inner world, right? You tend to your own body and soul, right? Using that solitude or that introspection, right? That planted that new seed. We got the Page of Pentacles, so you planted some new seeds, right? um for you to have a new beginning. Okay. Oh God. Yeah. And so it brought in that Ten of Pentacles, that legacy, something that you're building, right? Is what I'm getting, right? And then we have the Hopeless card, okay? And so because you did all this self-growth and transformation, this person that tried to deceive you in some type of way, treat you as an option or in some type of way, they're feeling hopeless, right? Because now that they see that you are the Empress, you may have a Venus and Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio energy, okay? They see that uh, confirmation, thank you, Spirit. They see that growth that you have, and then you decided to, align yourself. Yeah. And so now you're protecting your path. You're protecting